Max Cinema of Max Talks Movies. It's time for another episode of Max Talks Oscars. Today, I am giving the Best Picture outlook. I'm going to be breaking down it, and we're going to break down some Best Picture locks, some strong contenders, things, movies I think are going to get in, but I don't feel as are locks compared to the actual lock movies, and movies that are on the bubble, movies I think could get in for Best Picture, but are kind of on the bubble, teetering on getting in or not. So welcome back to Max Talks Oscars 2026 here at Max Talks Movies. If you're new guys to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notification. We're getting so close, guys, to 400 subscribers by the end of 2025. So please help me by subscribing. If you're new, I talk movies, TV shows, Academy Awards, box office. I rank franchises. So if you like any one of those things, this is the channel for you. Please subscribe and ring the bell. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on the Best Picture Oscars? What movies do you think are locks, strong contenders, or bubble movies? Are there movies that I missed that you wish I would talk about, or movies that you think maybe have no shot at being nominated, but you wish could be a part of awards season? Would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. So as I said, we're so far away from actually predicting the nominations at this point. So over the next month or so, I'm going to break down each of the main categories in sections. So as I said, I'll start with the locks, the movies that I think are absolute locks today to get nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Now it's going to be fun. We go back to the Oscar nominations because I will keep track of this and see how well I did here in November predicting some of these things. And maybe not. There's movies on here that I didn't talk about that will be a part of awards season. So I'm going to go locks. And what I mean by locks is movies right now that I feel like absolutely will be nominated, will be shocked if they do not get nominated when the award nominations come out in January. Now, the next section will be called strong contenders. Movies that I think more likely will get nominated, but I'm not confident enough to say they're locks. So movies that I feel like over 50% chance they're going to get nominated, but also there's also that chance that surprisingly it will not. Then I have bubble movies, movies that I'm very split on or on the bubble of getting nominated. And the Oscars these days, obviously it used to be that there was a 10 movie max for Best Picture, but the new rules for the last couple of years have been there have to be 10 Best Picture nominees. And for my locks, I only have 5 locks right now, which means it's a very wide open field. And again, we are at mid-November. I said this last week on my Oscars Outlook. Momentum's happened. And that's why I'm doing these fun videos so where we can see in a month's time, 2 months' time, where these movies are from a momentum perspective. Even some things I said last week, I'm going to differ on this week. Some things have already changed a lot, I think, in award season. So let's get into, guys, my locks for this upcoming award season. They're going to come up on screen next to me, so it's going to be a pretty crowded screen, but I wanted to make sure you guys could see, as I'm talking about it, what movies I am talking about. So the first lock, I will say, is One Battle After Another. I do feel like it's obviously a 100% lock. It'll be nominated for Best Picture. It'll be probably nominated for Best Actor, Supporting Actress, Supporting Actor, Director, Writer, Score, among other things as well, cinematography. A lot of things will be nominated for. And it's surely a front runner also to win Best Picture. Paul Thomas Anderson, we'll talk about it in Director, has been a filmmaker who has made a lot of movies that have been nominated for Academy Awards, has never won Best Director, for example. Is this the year they just kind of give PTA his flowers with this movie? But again, I think it's a surefire lock. It's going to be nominated in basically all of the above a line nominations. The only one that's, I think, on the bubble could be Chase Infinity getting in for actress, but I think Leo, Tiana Taylor, Benicio, Sean Penn, they all kind of feel like locks to get into their respective categories. Again, One Battle After Another is my first lock. My second lock is Sinners. I think Sinners is absolutely getting in for Best Picture. I think out of all of the blockbuster movies that are getting in for picture or mainstream movies, I think Sinners has the best chance to be nominated. Ryan Coogler, again, has already gotten multiple respects for the Academy. Again, Sylvester Stallone was nominated for Creed, and then Coogler's Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. So there's already respect in the Academy for Coogler's resume and career. I think Michael B. Jordan seems like a lock at this point for lead actor. we'll see if they could get a Delroy Lindo in there for supporting actor. But I think director, writer, cinematography, production design, score, even song, a lot of nominations should be coming the way of Sinners. And I think it's easily going to be nominated this year at the Oscars. The third one I'll say is a lock right now is Hamnet. Now, again, I have not seen Hamnet yet. I am seeing it next week, a week from today, actually, which I'm excited to talk to you guys about next week here on the channel. But based on all the talk, and the majority of most of the critics have seen this movie already, it just seems like a surefire Best Picture nominee from the actual like indie or awards bait or awards like movies that are going to be nominated this year. I think Hamnet has the best chance to do damage this awards season as it pertains to picture. People say Jessie Buckley is the best performance of the year. We shall see if that holds up in a week where most people get a chance to see the movie. Paul Mescal is also getting a lot of heat for supporting actor. Chloe Zhao also, again, respect from the Academy. Nomadland is a Best Picture winner. If I'm not mistaken, also she won Best Director. Frances McDormand won Best Actress. So again, she has a clear-cut resume from the Academy. And again, Nomadland is not a fully beloved movie, and it won all those major awards. So I think Chloe Zhao, also she's also a lock for director. I think Hamnet, Shakespeare. We've seen a lot of Shakespeare movies nominated before, or based on Shakespeare nominated before. So I think Hamnet is also a lock here on November the 19th. Also a lock is Marty Supreme from A24. I think out of all the A24 movies, this is the one they're going to push. Timothée Chalamet is a lock for at least a nomination, if not the win. One of not lock for a win, but he's definitely one of the front runners for Best Actor. Josh Safdie is the filmmaker for this movie. Obviously, his brother Benny. I think that Smashing Machine is completely out of this race for Best Picture. But I think A24 is going to heavily push this movie. It's the perfect awards release date, which is it's coming out on Christmas Day, just like Chalamet's last couple movies have come out, including one his Bob Dylan movie last year, A Complete Unknown. So I think this movie will do very well. Again, it's A24. It's a Safdie's brothers movie, and obviously Uncut Gems is a very beloved movie, but they don't particularly make movies that are for everyone. So it's going to be interesting to see if Marty Supreme, I think Marty Supreme's a lock to get in, but I don't think it's a front runner to win at this point. Unless Josh Safdie makes a crowd-pleasing movie, he usually does not do that. So if it's not, it would be hard for me to put that as like a front runner to win Best Picture, but I do think it's a lock on today for the nomination. And my fifth and final lock on this day, I think is Sentimental Value. I think it's a movie that it's another awards darling throughout the festival season. And it seems like, at least from the acting perspective, it's going to get lead actress, supporting actor, supporting actress. Joaquin Trier looks like a lock at this point as well for director. This movie has kind of the full package to be nominated as well. We'll see. Again, I think Stellan Skarsgård could have a shot to win Best Supporting Actor. Obviously, Elle Fanning carrying the momentum from Predator into this movie. Renate Renizvi is also seems like a lock as well for lead actress. So I think those type of movies as well will be locks this award season. So that's already half the slots I think are locks. I think at this point I could be underselling it. But let's move in, guys, to movies that I believe are strong contenders, not locks. And again, I mean by that is these are movies that I think should be nominated or I think will be nominated for Best Picture, but I can't give you that confirmation right now that they're guaranteed to get in a couple months. The first one is Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro is very well respected in the Academy. His last movie, Pinocchio, won Best Animated Feature. His movie before that, The Shape of Water, is a Best Picture winner. I'm sorry, his two movies before that was his Best Picture winner. He, again, has won multiple Oscars. Netflix does not have an amazing slate of movies going into awards season. They thought House of Dynamite would be a major hit. They have Jake Kelly still coming out. They have the Knives Out 3 movie coming out later in December. Train Dreams coming out this weekend, and they have this movie. I think Frankenstein could be positioned to be the one they push the most throughout award season. Now you could say, what are some of the things hurting it? It's not going to get a lead actor. I think from an acting perspective, Jacob Elordi seems like the only guy with a shot from the movie to be nominated, and he's on the bubble on supporting actor. So again, we'll see if that helps or not. this movie will dominate, I do believe, below the line nominations, meaning score, cinematography, production design, costumes, makeup, all those awards, I think could be not just nominated, but wins for Frankenstein. And then obviously you just have the overly respect of Del Toro. Now, Frankenstein is not being the most beloved movie. I think a lot of people love the movie, and there's a lot of people out there who it's not for them. And we'll see what that does with the Academy voters. But Del Toro's movies usually do speak very well to Academy voters over the last decade. So I think Frankenstein is a strong contender to get in. Again, not a lock. Also, I think is Avatar, Fire and Ash. It's weird to have it this high on the list. Avatar, Fire and Ash will not win Best Picture unless it's like the best movie of the year, and we'll see if it is in December. But people keep forgetting that the first two Avatar movies got in for Best Picture. Everyone tries to doubt the Avatar franchise the moment it came out in the mid 2000s. Got nominated for Best Picture. Many people thought it was going to win Best Picture when Avatar came out. Avatar 2, no one thought would be a Best Picture winner, but people were shocked that Avatar Way of Water got in. And everyone doubted that movie could not just make the same amount as the first Avatar, but it did better than the first Avatar movie. So here we are, a month away from Avatar 3. People continue to doubt, is this franchise really going to get over $1 billion, be the most successful movie of the year? I think you can't, people just have to stop doubting James Cameron. He's a very well-respected guy in the Academy. Obviously, he's had Titanic, for example, getting his Avatar movies nominated. I just think Avatar 3 seems like close to a lock. If the movie's at all decent, I think the movie will get in for Best Picture. The other one is a non-American film, which is It Was Just an Accident. I think that movie seems like the strongest foreign language movie to get in for Best Picture. It's getting a lot of build-up. It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, which is its highest award. Neon is a extremely good studio. Obviously, it had Anora last year win for Best Picture. And I think Neon is such a good award season movie studio. Very good horror movie studio as well, but also award season studio. So I do think It Was Just an Accident. Feels like it's going to be, if there is only going to be one non-English language movie to be nominated at the Oscars, I think It Was Just an Accident feels like the one to get in. Now let's move on to movies that are bubble movies. Movies that I think probably could get in, but also have a great chance of missing the list. Let's start with the most controversial one being on the bubble, and that is Wicked 2, Wicked for Good. Now, I talked about a whole month ago, sorry, not a month ago, a week ago, that if there's not a year for a movie like Wicked or Sinners to win Best Picture, like a blockbuster-like movie, when are we going to get a blockbuster winning Best Picture? But since I did that video, critics have gotten a chance to see Wicked for Good, and the reviews are definitely not as strong as Wicked 1. And I said in my box office show, they were a dramatic drop-off, but now you're seeing more and more people not just saying that they are disappointed by the movie, that they just don't even like Wicked for Good. And I do think that it could hurt its chances in Best Picture, because if a sequel, it's really tough for sequels of movies to get into Best Picture. And it takes not just a good movie, but a great sequel to get into the Best Picture conversation. Look at Avatar 2, right? Most people, including myself, think Avatar 2 is an improvement over the first Avatar. Now, again, I assume Avatar 3 is going to be alongside the same ways. And a month ago, I would have told you I expected Wicked 2 to feel like the same movie as the first one. From a quality perspective, Wicked 2, if the reviews were so strong like the first one, I could see this movie being a front runner for Best Picture, because many people thought it should have been last year. People think Ariana Grande should have won Best Supporting Actress last year. Jon M. Chu wasn't even nominated for Best Director last year. And here we are a year later. The movie has a lot of momentum. It's going to make a lot of money at the box office, which I think will help its chances in Best Picture. And I'm leaning to this movie being nominated more than not. But I have it on the bubble because there are some critics that I trust who, and again, I don't watch reviews before I go see a movie. I just see like tweets. So not like full-fledged thoughts or anything. But I see critics that I trust not liking this movie. Not just like thinking it's a disappointment, just like thinking it's a bad movie or a mixed bag of a movie. And it's rare if a sequel is this divisive or even seen as a mixed bag that it would get in. So again, we will see. I'm excited to see the movie on Friday. I love the first movie. It will be fascinating. If Wicked 2 is clearly not as good as the first one, does that hurt its Oscar hopes? We will see. Train Dreams is also on the bubble. Netflix has been kind of been underlying building up the fact that this could be their best awards play this awards season. It comes out this Friday on Netflix with Joel Edgerton. Not many people are talking about this movie. Some critics who have actually seen it are not really enjoying the movie. So we'll see. Train Dreams has some strong support. Joel Edgerton, really good actor, has a chance to get in for Best Actor for this movie. I think Train Dreams is perfectly a bubble movie for awards season. It has some options to get in. I'm not sure right now. I can't commit to Train Dreams. Again, I'm seeing the movie Friday. I'll have a review for this movie on Friday. That's where I'm at. Begonia is also on the bubble. Now, it's on the bubble because Yorgos Lanthimos, no matter how many times I tell myself his movies don't feel like awards movies or shouldn't be an awards season, they just continue to be. Obviously, The Favorite, nominated for Best Picture, won Best Actress, was nominated for Supporting Actress and Director and Writing and all those things. Poor Things, same thing, won for Best Actress, was nominated for Best Picture, had multiple Oscar nominations. Begonia, once again, has Emma Stone, who people think could get in for Best Actress. Jesse Plemons has become more of a factor in Best Actor. And I just think no matter how much I don't think Yorgos' movies are for me or feel like they're an awards movies, they do sneak into award season in a major way every year. So I think Begonia is a bubble movie as of today. Also, if we're also talking about non-English language movies, No Other Choice has also had a lot of heat lately. The trailer for that movie, I think, is really awesome. Most people think it has a slim chance to get in, but I do think obviously Korea with Parasite a couple years, 6 years ago now, was a factor. I think No Other Choice, if it has some good momentum, also has a really good chance to get in. I just think it's on the bubble right now because it takes a lot these days for two foreign language movies to get into Best Picture. I think obviously I talked about. I think it was just an accident has the best chance from the non-English movies. But I think if there were two nominated, the second one I would pick is No Other Choice. And then the other movie I want to talk about that could be on the bubble is Weapons. Now, I don't think Weapons is going to get in for Best Picture, but Amy Madigan for Best Supporting Actress does feel like a lock. And Weapons, I think, in my opinion, is better, could be better than a lot of the blockbusters nominated. And horror, again, is a very tough genre to get in. I think if there's one dart, a miracle movie, if that's like a mainstream movie that could sneak in, because Amy Madigan's momentum not could, it couldn't just help her out. It could help the whole movie out. So again, I would today if I had to pick if Weapons would be a Best Picture nominee, I would tell you definitely not. But I will say this, Weapons is a movie that people should keep an eye on. Because if Amy Madigan's momentum doesn't just lead her to maybe be a front runner for Best Supporting Actress, does that mean the movie could sneak in for screenplay? Could it also sneak in for picture? I think it's going to be a very interesting watch. Again, Sinners is already a kind of horror movie. It's already rare for Oscars to nominate one horror movie, more or less two. So again, I think Weapons is another movie that I think people should be keeping an eye on. But there's definitely some movies I wish were in awards season that I just don't think are factors at all. Christie is not a movie that will be nominated for Best Picture. Is This Thing On? Comes out mid-December, but comes out the same day as Avatar. I just don't think Bradley Cooper's third movie. I think it's one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it should be nominated for actress, director, all these things. I don't think will get in for Best Picture as of today. Roofman, another movie I think should be a heavy part of awards season, probably won't be as well. House of Dynamite, I think is also just way too divisive of a movie to get in. I think not just is it divisive, people seem to either like the movie, not love it, like it or hate the movie. And I think it's a really bad movie. Smashing Machine, also don't think is a factor this for Best Picture. Springsteen, not a factor. After the Hunt, I do not think is a factor as well. So movies like that are not movies. F1 could be a blockbuster that gets it. I just don't think F1 is getting in. I know Top Gun got in, but I don't think F1 is a Best Picture potential as well. So those are the movies that I think are in the Best Picture outlook. What are your predictions for Best Picture? Let me know down in the comments. Like this video, guys. I'm so happy to be doing awards coverage for the first time on my channel. So please subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in another video very soon.